Hey, I'm Cal. I'm going to do a quick tutorial here on foolproof kinstone manips in Watch the Winds. Probably the best way to do it now with the new ICBM auto clip route. Just because I've done some stuff on it and I didn't know whether people knew it, so I'm just going to pass it on. You were thinking, wrong British man with long hair, but don't worry, my tutorial, I'll try not to take 2 hours. So first things first, we're going to start off with manipulating the green kinstone from this guy here. I believe it's a GP. And well, I think most of you all know how to do that already, so I'll just quickly rush through it. So you've done your lever clip, your lever clip in fact. You're going to want to skip through the text as fast as you can whilst this cutscene is happening. At the end of this cutscene, immediately walk left, dash upwards, and then start charging a slash. Touch him, do your spin, and then pick up the kinstone, and then spam your way through that text again. Easily you get the kinstone there. If the kinstone doesn't appear as you've made a grave error somewhere in your manipulation, you're lucky you got the lever clip. But yeah, the kinstone should always pop up there. The only exception to that is if the Armos doesn't walk down towards you after you've walked left to the wall. You need to do 1 extra sword slash before you kill him, before you start charging your spin attack. So once you've done that, you've got your green kinstone. You need to keep your eyes open during the cutscene, because at the end there's going to be 1 of 2 patterns you're going to get. So the one on the right is probably more common, I'd say, the 2 flashes, well, at least in my experience, but the one on the left can also happen. So the one on the left is earlier, and the one on the right is later. So there's only the 1 sparkle on the left in the top right, if you see. Whereas on the other one, there's quite obviously two sparkles you'll see at the end, because there's a much bigger one and then the small one, which is kind of the first one fading out, if you get what I mean. So note that down in your mind, because you're going to need to do an extra roll if well, actually no, it's more you're going to need to do 1 less roll if you see 2 of the sparkles. So anyway, let's go through the continuation now, because we're going to go get a RW from the Darknut, which is where my bits more come in, because this isn't me particularly. So once you've noted that down, so you're going to do this, you're going to get your kinstone from the Armos. And there I only had the 1 splash, so I'm going to go down here. And I only had 1 flash, so I'm going to roll down into this key, do another roll out the room. Then I'm going to boot dash all the way left. And then here, if you had the extra flash, you're not going to roll upwards. If you didn't have the extra flash, you're going to roll upwards. So if you only had the 1 flash, you roll into this room. If you had 2 flashes, you don't roll. You can, if you can save this roll here, because obviously a roll is only 1 RNG. You can save that roll if you're on low health, and you can use it to quickly, so these both have hearts in them, you can use it to use an extra roll here to like quickly grab the hearts, if you see what I mean. But that's the like standard way is you roll into this room. If you have that extra flash, you don't. And anyway, once you've done that, in this room you need to do 2 rolls upwards. You're going to quit the bow before you go upstairs, and then in this next room, this is kind of where it all makes or breaks the entire trick. You're just going to walk, you're just going to walk around the room, no rolling, no nothing, because we want as consistent movement as possible in this room. You don't need to rush it, you just need to do it the exact same every single time. And I'll give you pointers as I do my movement. So first things first we need to notice is that is where these guys are. Crap, hold on, let's try again. We need to notice where these Stalfos are. So this is the correct pattern. You'll see they're kind of facing up like this. They're all facing in different directions. And this guy on the left is going to turn to the right and walk towards us. That's how we know we're in the correct pattern. We know we're also in the correct pattern because we'll be able to just walk past him. So look, I'm just going to hold left and I can just walk straight past him. Not a problem. We'll know it's bad because, say for example, I was 1 further along. I believe he's going to jump on my head when I try to walk left. Or he's going to walk upwards. So he's going to walk upwards and get in my way. If we are, say, 1 behind, because I've only done 1 roll in this room and we're 1 behind. So this is because you've made a mistake with your rolls because you haven't seen the pattern previously. If you're 1 behind and you go up here, he's going to try and jump on me now. Yeah, and if he tries to jump on you, that's also how you know you're in a wrong pattern. So normally they're just going to kind of let you through. That's how you know you're on the right pattern. So we go up, we hold all the way to the left. We go slightly past this corner and slightly upwards, and we shoot the arrow. We go up against this wall. That all went way too quickly. Let's go through it again. So we go slightly past the edge of the corner and we fire upwards. We then want to make sure we glue ourselves to the wall. We don't want to hold against the wall too long. And then we're going to walk into this, I don't know what this enemy's called. We're going to walk into him. We're going to keep holding upwards. And normally we're going to get hit twice like that. And we get a little boost, which is what we need. So we get hit twice. And then we're going to immediately, when you go around this corner, you want to go straight to the right. Because you don't want to go into the line of these enemies. So you go around the corner, straight to the right, and then straight upwards. And when you go upwards, you don't want to do that. You go straight to the right, straight upwards, and you want to go, make sure you go to the left side of this guy. You don't want to go under this enemy. You go to the left of him. Because if you go under him, you'll get hit when he jumps up. So you go to the left of him, and then you just go diagonally into the door, and you grab the door from kind of close to this side, because you want to be quick in this room. You don't want to be too quick, but you want to be quick. You don't want to try and do it as fast as humanly possible. You just want to do it normally, but get through the room, you know? It's very, once you know the movement, once you know exactly what you're doing, it's very consistent to do pretty easily. So you're just going to go left, shoot upwards, stick yourself to the wall, walk upwards, and then you just go around him like that. And just do a slight little tap inwards to make sure you get to the door. And then open the door as quick as you can and walk in the door as quick as you can. And that's pretty consistent. Like, you can't really get... once you've practiced it a few times, you'll just do it. The only thing that can happen difference as a caveat is sometimes when you walk into that enemy that's going to hit us. So sometimes when you walk into this guy, you'll find you don't get hit on the other side, and that's fine because we were just about to adjust for that now. So we walk up. Sorry, let me do that again. Walk around the corner, shoot upwards, walk upwards, and we go in here. Now, in here, we need to advance RNG 9 times before we continue the trick. And the fastest way to do that, so there's plenty of time to do 9 rolls in this room, but the fastest way to do that is with 2 boot dashes and 1 roll. But the best part is if we do these 2 boot dashes, we can tell with the RNG whereabouts we are, which is very helpful. So, if we do this, I've got one dust on the left, 1 dust on the right. This is the normal original pattern. This is on the normal RNG where you do 9 rolls. So we only need to do 1 extra roll now because we've done 8 calls with the dust and then 1 from the roll. So then we're going to run into this room, shoot the bow, roll down, shoot the bow, and then run to the next room, hold down in the next room until we trigger the fight. And then we're going to wait until the Darknut is standing on the line at the bottom of the pattern. And then we're going to dash into the wall, equip the bombs and sword, kill him, and he's going to drop this red kinstone for us. There we go. And if we just check, you can see it is indeed an RW. Now, because there's so much going on in that room with all the Stalfos, it can be different. It can be slightly different. So this is going to be a normal pattern. So we got our left, then our right. If we got left, then right on those dusts, that means we just do 1 roll, because that's the normal pattern. However, if we've got right, then right, so 2 on the right, you saw that, 2 dusts on the right, that means we were really quick, we're ahead of it. So we need to do 2 rolls rather than just the 1 roll. So if I reload this, come in, I've got my 2 on the right, I'm going to do 2 rolls now, and then when I do the rest of this, I'm holding down. And there's our RW again. Boom. And then finally, the other thing that can happen here is this one. So we come in and we got 2 on the left. And now this means we're behind. So 2 on the left means no rolls at all, because it means we're behind. This one will typically happen if that thing I said earlier where the enemy doesn't hit you on the second time, because that second time gives you a little speed boost, which means you're in the room for less time. But if you don't get hit the second time, this pattern's quite typical because it means you're going to be in the room for less time, you're going to get slightly less RNG cores, and then you get this 2 on the left. So let me go back so I can make the platform. We get 2 on the left, we're going to get on the platform. Roll down. Once you've done that adjustment in the other room, you always do these rooms the same. We do this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Pick up Kinstone. And make sure you're counting those 4, because if you do any extra before he dies, you're not going to get the Kinstone. And there's our RW. Make sure, when you're practicing this, learning this, whatever, that you check what Kinstone you're getting, because 1 call further, I want to say, you get a red E, which is not exactly what we want. Let me just check whether it's 1 call further. It might be 1 call behind. Yeah, so there, we're still going to get this one, because I did an extra slash there, you saw. So now we're going to be 1 call further, and this should be, yeah, it's the wrong Kinstone. And you've got to be careful of that, because then you'll go along your run, you get to there a bit later, and then you'll suddenly go, oh crap, I've got the wrong Kinstone, and you'll lose 45 seconds getting the backup Kinstone. Anyway, just a quick tutorial to show you my thing there. The only other thing of note is, you're going to, I'll get there in a few seconds. Now, the only other thing of note is once we've got the mitts, we're going to continue to do our next Armos clip as normal. But in this room here, because we've already got our RW, so we don't need to get the chest on the way to the Armos. So what we need to do is we need to touch this wall so that we get that guy to show up. But we don't want him to walk to the left. He's got to walk up or down. So we touch the wall, and then we roll down. And then as long as he walks up or down, we're fine. From here on out, we just continue it like normal, but you don't get the chest. So we're gonna, let me just make sure I don't mess it up. Roll around. To the right. Up we go. You get the idea. I just screwed it up right at the end there, but yeah. See? So it all works out again, as long as you touch the wall and get that Stalfos to move. Perfect. Thanks for watching.